What's up, guys? Technology Dude 117 here, and if you guys are not already following me on Twitter, please do not forget to do so. I will be posting the link to my Twitter account down in the description. Now, today I am coming at you guys with my first impressions for Dead Space 3. I did get access to the demo earlier this week. It is available first on Xbox 360. Now, the game is being developed by Visceral Games, and it is set to release February 5th. Now, going into the Dead Space demo, I had, one fear, one thought that I just couldn't shake from my mind, and that was the thought that this game is going to be an action game, that the Dead Space games are dead. Now, over the years, survival horror games have just gone downhill. I mean, look at the Resident Evil series. That is a fantastic example of, prime survival horror that, really took a turn towards a more action-oriented setting. And it failed. I'm not even gonna lie. It failed. I mean, the recent Resident Evil 6 or the recent Resident Evil games, they've been enjoyable, but they're not what they used to be. And that was my, big fear with Dead Space. Is this game gonna live up to, the frights of the first two? Now, the first game was shit your pants scary. It was absolutely scary, and it was a good scary. It was so scary that I was sitting there, and it was sort of like an instance where I didn't want to play the game, but I just wanted to keep playing, if that makes sense. I was sitting there on the edge of my seat, and I just wanted to turn off the game because that's how, scary it was. I was scared that something was going to pop out of, the next corner. It was just so atmospheric. Then the second game launched in, 2010, 2011, and it was all right. I'm going to say the game was okay, and it did actually take a turn towards the more action-oriented setting. The game was a little less scary. It wasn't as scary as the first by any means. So jumping into Dead Space 3, I was very skeptical. Now, this is one of my most anticipated games of the year. Don't get me wrong, but I'm very worried. I was very worried that this game was going to be more action-oriented, especially with the new co-op mechanics that have been introduced into the game. Now, Dead Space 3, the demo, it takes place on Tau Volantis. I believe that's how you say it. It is a snow planet, and you play as Isaac Clarke and his partner, Carver. I can't remember what his first name is, but you guys play together. It could be co-op, it can be single player. Now, playing this demo, I was not scared at all, and the game was very action-oriented, so it was a bit of a letdown for me. I was kind of disappointed that the game was, more action-oriented, and it was disappointing for me because I'm a huge fan of Dead Space. I love the first one. Like I said, the second one was okay, and, to play this game now and have it, be very action-oriented is definitely, crushing my hopes. But I am still, clinging on to a little bit of hope that this game might still be a survival horror game at heart. Now, there were a couple moments that, would have been scary if, I guess, you had the lights off and stuff. Necromorphs popping out of a cave, dead guys walking, all that kind of stuff. But it's stuff that we've seen before in previous Dead Space games. It's nothing new. And that's, something that is a little disappointing as well. Now, graphically, the demo was fantastic. It looked spectacular. It looked absolutely spectacular, from the little intricacies on Isaac's suit to the snow to all the environments to the enemies. Everything looked spectacular, and this is by far the best looking Dead Space game yet. And I just thought the graphics were top notch in Dead Space 3. Now, combat-wise, the game was, also fantastic. The third-person shooting is as great as it's ever been. The controls are tight, responsive. Everything, really works well. And the gameplay is just that fantastic, Dead Space formula that we've come to know and love. And the gameplay, stays up there. So now, getting back to the whole, I guess, action-oriented feel of the game. I went through the game single player. It wasn't really as scary as I was thinking that it was going to be. And then I went through the game co-op with a friend of mine, and it wasn't that scary at all. Co-op wise, it was not that scary. Now, a lot of the interviews that I've seen with the guys from Visceral Games, they're like, oh, we're going to scare the crap out of you guys. Don't worry, don't worry. But from what I've played, honestly, I can infer that this is turning into an action series, and I do not want Dead Space to follow the same path as Resident Evil and, you know, sort of follow that path to its demise. I think Dead Space has a lot of potential to be the best survival horror games ever, and, you know, if they're, you know, heading in this more action-oriented direction, that's, you know, gonna just lead it down the path of destruction, I guess. And it's just disappointing, but I'm still very excited for Dead Space 3. I'm trying to keep in mind that this is just the demo, that I cannot infer from the demo, you know, what the final product's going to be. Of course, that goes for every single demo. You can never infer what, you know, a final game is going to be just off of playing a 20-minute demo. It doesn't work like that, so I am clinging to that little bit of hope that the final game might be, you know, the scary survival horror game that I want, and the scary survival horror game that everybody wants, because people want Dead Space to be scary. That's why they play the games. That's why they buy the games, because they want to scare themselves. They want an immersive, atmospheric, you know, scary experience. And, you know, Dead Space has provided that in the past, and now the whole co-op element and, you know, the more action-oriented feel of the game, it's just ruining it, honestly. I know I keep reiterating this over and over again, but it's disappointing, quite frankly. It is extremely disappointing. Now, I will definitely still be picking up Dead Space 3 when it launches on February 5th, just to see what the final game's like. Like I said, I'm a huge Dead Space fan. I've read the books, I've played the other 2 games, and I just love the Dead Space universe, and I love what Visceral Games has done. So I'll definitely be picking up the game on February 5th, unless it's god-awful, unless a lot of people online are saying to skip it. I'll definitely be picking it up. Now, I don't know if you guys are going to be picking it up. Now, I did actually upload the gameplay from the demo a couple days ago, and people have just been commenting, you know, oh, this looks really action-oriented. This isn't, you know, as scary as the games used to be. And that's what I've been thinking this whole entire time, and it's still, you know, bugging me. That's why I just keep talking about that, and that's pretty much what this whole video is about. You know, will Dead Space live up to that survival horror aspect? Now, I know this is my impressions. Like I said, graphically, the game was superb. Gameplay-wise, the game was superb. Voice acting, fantastic. Sound, fantastic. You know, from the necromorph screaming to Isaac screaming to, you know, the gunshots. Everything, just everything sounds spectacular in the game, and everything else, you know, aside from the action aspect, is great. Now, Dead Space 3 might be a fantastic action game, but it might fail as a survival horror game. Now, like I said, guys, I will be picking up Dead Space 3 February 5th. All in all, I had a fantastic time with the demo. I am excited for the game. I'm excited to see what Visceral Games does, and I'm anticipating the fact that the game might be a great survival horror game, and I'm also sort of, I guess, nervous that the game might not be a survival horror game anymore, and that Dead Space is taking a turn for quote-unquote the worst. So, once again, guys, I will be picking it up February 5th. And if you guys did enjoy this video, please do not forget to comment, rate, favorite, and subscribe. Share this video with your friends on Facebook and Twitter. And, you know, let me know down below what your opinions are on Dead Space 3 if you've gotten the chance to play the demo. And also let me know down below if you will be picking up the game February 5th. Once again, guys, thanks for watching, and take it easy, everybody. I'll see ya.